I tell them stories. Now, one story my children really listen to. I tell one child told me, he said, Dr. Quinn, you so old. I said, why you say that, man? He said, because you told me the same story last year. I said, because I love you. Now get out of here. But this story is what I tell to my patients because it's a true story and it happened to me. I tell them that I too was in the 10th grade at one point in my life, okay? 100,000 years ago, but I was there. And on this particular day, I was on my way to football practice. Now, as a 10th grader, you don't really play on Friday night. You just sit on the sideline, but I was going to sit on the sideline. I was going to be on the sideline because my dad, who's a car salesman, was coming to visit me. And I wanted to be on the sideline, let him know I'm on the football team. Anyway, so I'm on my way to football practice, and I tell this story. And these guys stopped me. There are three guys. And these guys, they're bad. You know, they smoke weed, they beat people up, they got all the girls, they having sex, and they got the baddest girls. All right. So they told me that they had 4 girls. Now, three guys. They said we need one more guy. So you could be with this girl so we can get busy with these girls after we smoke some weed with them. And I asked the young men, I asked the patients, I said, what do you think I told the guys when they told me to come with them? Don't worry about football. Just come on with us. And they say, no, Doc, you told them no. I said, no, I told them, yeah, because they told me who the girls were. I was like, I'm down. You know, I was 10th grade. When you're in 10th grade, you don't always think clearly. You don't. If you do, you're so blessed, it's a crying shame. But most 10th graders, they don't think clearly. That's why this story is so important. So I tell them how the day proceeded. I started to walk with these guys, the opposite of the field house. And I tell them, God came into the picture. And one of the other 10th grade boys was headed to the field house and he stopped me. He said, Quinn, where you going? I said, man, I'm gonna holler at you. He said, if you don't get to the field house, you're not gonna dress out on Friday night. And not only that, coach is gonna give you a paddling. See, they need to bring the paddlings back, but I ain't even gonna go there right now. Because when coach get in that butt, you'll do whatever. You'll forget the girls and everything. Anyway, so I didn't want to get a paddling. I definitely wanted to dress out on Friday night. So I told the young man, I told the 3 guys, I said, look, I'm gonna have to holler at y'all. I can't roll with you today. And they called me all these bad names and stuff. So I went on to the field house. And I remember sitting on my locker and I was thinking, man, I'm tired of being a loser. I want some girls like that. Because these were the girls that wouldn't go out with a guy. I ain't never smoked no weed before. I was just a mortal guy. These guys were like gods to us at that time. Anyway, so I remember walking on the football field and I looked out the corner of my eye and they were getting arrested. They had weed. They had the girls. They told the girls, they said, look, give us $5 on the weed, girls. They got arrested and charged with selling drugs on school campus. They never got right. And I asked the patient, I say, if I would have stayed with them, what would have happened to me? And they said, you would have got arrested too. I said, that is correct. And I said, from that day on, I never smoked no weed. No, I'm good. I don't want no weed. And I explained to them that you have to make decisions, even as a young person. And if you make the wrong decision, it could drastically impact the rest of your life. And I tell them the rest of the story. I tell them how that Friday night went to the game on the sideline. And the guy that was ahead of me, he was a senior. He hurt his leg, come limping off the field. They said, Quinn, get out there. I started running out there. I didn't even have no helmet on. They said, man, get back over here. So I put the helmet on. I ran out there. On the first play, I was supposed to protect the outside. I ran in between the tight end and the offensive tackle and ran into the quarterback by mistake, but he fell down. That was a sack on the, it was like, Quinn! I was like, whoa! And I stayed out there the whole day and did a great job. Turns out, got a starting position as a 10th grader. And my dad, who had came down with a car, we worked something out where I was able to keep that car. So I was in the 10th grade with a car starting on the football team. And I told them, guess what else I got? They said the girls. I said, yeah, I even got some dates after that. But not only that, my confidence went up. My grades started getting a little bit better. You know, my whole life was on the route to doing better. But the guys that got arrested, they just kept going down. And I even tell them that 2 years later, I applied for the military to go to the National Guard. Me and my buddy, he failed the drug test because he was smoking weed. Because I didn't smoke weed, I got in the military. Ended up, you know, getting money to go to college, becoming a doctor. Life is just great. But for the guys, I tell them about how I was in Macomb, Mississippi, where I'm from, a few years ago. And, you know, I drove up in my Porsche, I drive a Porsche, nice car. Why not? I deserve it. Yes, I do. God is good. But I drive with my nice car and I go to the gas station. And I'm with my wife. We're dating back then. And she's a very beautiful lady. And basically, the guy, I didn't recognize him at first. He walked up to the car, I'm pumping the gas. He's like, yo, he had no teeth in the front. He was toe up. He was toe up. He was homeless. But I know all the rest of the story. I mean, this guy, because you know, in Macomb, everybody know everybody. He's had multiple children by multiple relationships. He's been in and out of jail. I mean, you know, he's not living a good life. And he said, duh, man, you got it going on. Man, I wish I was you. And I said, it's all good, man. Yeah, can I borrow some money? I gave him some money. I was like, all right, here you go, man. But I told my wife about the story. And I told her, and I tell this to my children. When I was in the 10th grade, 10,000 years ago, I remember when that guy and the rest of the other two guys, when I didn't go with them, they told me I was a loser. And I felt like I was the lowest person on earth. But, you know, I felt that they were so high. But 30 years later, I wouldn't want to trade with them. And I help them understand that the decisions you make now are going to impact you, not just Friday night at the football game or tonight, you know, won't go to jail, but all the way the trajectory of your whole life 30 years from now. And I share that story, and my children, my patients, they listen to it. And I tell them, I say, Dr. Queen is crazy. You're going to say he's crazy. You're going to remember that story. And they do remember. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I just had to share that with you. I hope you parents will share some of your stories of vulnerability with your children. Let them know you weren't always perfect. You almost made some mistakes, or maybe you made some mistakes, but help them learn from it. But the physical contains all of this. So take your children for a physical every year because they deserve it. Thank you.
But Dr. Quinn,
yes,
thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. I hope everybody else did. I love the way you expressed yourself, told your story. That is just so important. And I hope that everyone that's online today can share that with their group. Oh, we got in the chat, excellent job. Sorry, somebody was at my door. Excellent job, Dr. Quinn. This one, the panelists. And we just thank you so much for just taking our time so that we assign the kids coming in, taking our time to be with us today. We know you are extremely busy, and we just thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. And thank you for having me. And anyone that's on the panel, if you ever need a speaker to speak to different groups, this is what, you know, basically is my purpose. I love to share with people. I love to educate people, because at the end of the day, we as a people, we have to share with others to help everybody so that they can make the best decisions, the most informed decisions. And for everybody out there, if you have Facebook, follow us on Facebook. It's Dr. Space Timothy Quinn. That's our Facebook. And on Instagram, if you have Instagram, because we're real big with social media, because social media is another platform where you could really, really help a lot of people. Our Instagram is Dr. Quinn, just Dr. no space Quinn, Dr. Quinn. And it'll come up as Ask Dr. Quinn, but follow us on social media. And if you're in the Jackson area, consider us to provide care for you and your families. And we just really, really appreciate this opportunity.
Just one more thing, Dr. Quinn. Now, when we come visit you, are you going to show us some of them dance moves?
Gonna show you something. I'm ready to dance at all times. It's all good, man. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. And I guess I'm gonna eat my lunch now because we have clinic on Saturday mornings. As a matter of fact, we saw a lot of kids this morning, and I had to rush here right after work, but God blessed us to finish right on time. So we walked in the door and we zoomed on, and we were ready, and we were blessed to bring some information that we hope will be helpful for the viewers.
You did it. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lunch, dinner, and
Yes,
have a great Saturday.
thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.